Okay. Then he got into, and this is the defining issue for Donald Trump. This is the issue that will win him the election. That is the social disorder. Okay? The riots, the crime in the streets in New York and Chicago and other big cities. Social disorder may very well win Donald Trump the election. Keep your eye on Minnesota. Minnesota is now even. This is a traditionally liberal state. Walter Mondale, the only state he won was Minnesota when he ran against Reagan. All right? Primarily white state, dominated by Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities. But everybody in Minnesota knows what's happening in the Twin Cities. And Trump is running even with Biden. Trump wins Minnesota. And now with Kenosha, Wisconsin, that's going to help Trump. And I hate to say it because you don't want some guy shot 7 times, all right, unless he had to be. And we still don't know that. All right, as I said, I'm going to report in a fair, methodical, and disciplined way on this next week. But we don't want tragedy, all right, to be the decider. But Wisconsin, primarily white state, they're watching. In Kenosha, as buildings get set on fire without any kind of adjudication of what happened. Okay, so then Trump, I would have liked to have seen him cut the speech down and concentrate on this mob rule, because that's what we're seeing. And then he's pro-police. He brings in a murdered cop whose 3 kids were in the audience, and that he says police are noble, courageous, and honorable, the vast majority of them. Now, I believe the majority of American law enforcement is that. Vast majority, I'd say most police officers are good and want to do the right thing, but there's a reason there's an internal affairs division in every big city police department. We don't want to go too much. We want to say policing needs to be reformed. It does. And the FBI should be taking the lead in this. But I'll get into that next week too. But to demonize the police, defund the police, all of this is insane. And New York City is the best example of how that is just destroying a city of 8.5 million. 7.5 now, 1 million have taken off. And there'll be another 1 million following them. Okay? That's how bad it is in New York City. Be glad you do not live here.
Bill O'Reilly is back on TV and only on The First. No Spin News, every weeknight at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on The First.